Now wait 2 more weeks. I say, can I go on? No. And I go, when they're not looking. And I say, how about now? They go, no. I'm like, you are negative. You're like Mom.
I'm so sorry, Mom. So how are we tonight, guys? Thank you so much for coming out for Kotoricon 2013. Thank you guys so much for coming out. So we made it to 2013, right? Between Y2K, both raptures, and now the Mayan apocalypse. What are we, like, immortal? Yeah. Happy 2013. Happy non-apocalypse. You're welcome. The therapist said I was supposed to be more humble. But I want you guys to give a big round of applause for my warm-up today. He's a very good friend. He contacted me over YouTube. This is his first chance up here on the big stage, and I knew you guys were the perfect crowd for him. He's a Jersey homeboy like you. You can follow him on Twitter, handle youprawcomedy.com. Please welcome to the stage my guy, your guy, Ian Rubin.
There's a light and everything. I want to put this... Sorry, got off to a bad start. Unlike Uncle Joe, I am not an experienced thing. Hang on, what is going on? Okay, I am not an experienced anime convention goer. I, in fact, am new to anime conventions. However, that does not mean all my friends aren't already into anime conventions. That's them. They call me the Hobbit. Apparently it's a height joke, I don't get it. But the first thing they tell me to do is, hey Ian, yes, we are going to go to New York ComicCon. Yeah. Now, I've never been to a convention that huge before, and the only reason I agreed to go is because they promised me women. They say, in the costume we're going to make for you, you will get women. And I say, yes. You see, here's the problem I have with Uncle Yo. Well, he's a very funny guy. He's mean. He was playing this zombie thing. I saw him just walk up to like an 8-year-old and just take him, just take all the tags and just run away. He's a mean person. I'm just joking, but seriously that happened. So my friends promised me women at this convention because the costume they're gonna make for me is loved by women everywhere, but apparently you can't get women dressed as Spike from My Little Pony. I'm like, really, guys? They're like, of course. No. They say, Ian, come on over, we'll show you. So I go to the house, and you have not seen cosplay until you have seen my friends cosplay. You don't even know. They have helicopter blades, and like flamethrowers, and like herds of sheep just walking across the living room floor. One of them ate my shoe. Not the sheep, the people. The person ate my shoe. She was nice, I don't know. So Comic-Con comes around and we're all together getting ready to go. And we decide to eat together before we go. Little lesson I learned, never eat next to a Rainbow Dash. Especially my Rainbow Dash. That's her. Because while everybody else is eating breakfast, eating cereal, I ate Pony Wing. Because her costume, unlike others, has a 15-foot wingspan, lost in sideways, glitter shot out of her ass as she walked around, and she flew just in the air. She just flew. So, excuse me, chair. As I was eating breakfast, I had a Rainbow Dash over here, just hitting me in the face. Just. Is that a wing? He's Excuse me, I'm trying to eat here. Thank you. Okay, move over, please! Sure thing. Ah! Ah! Thank you. Ah! Water bottle, that's not where I put you! So we get ready to go, morning of, and one of our people didn't show up. So we had an incomplete set of ponies. We had the main five, Professor Layton, and me, Puff the Magic Dragon, all getting ready to go to ComicCon, and we haven't even left the house yet. It was already off to a bad start. So we finally get into New York City, and the first thing I noticed is that when you go to New York Comic-Con, you don't get lost going to Comic-Con. People, you'll know where Comic-Con is. There's just thank you, sir. There's just two of everything just moving towards Comic-Con. 2 Doctor Who's, 2 Homestuck, 2 Fat Wonder Woman. By the way, Spot the Fat Wonder Woman, a great game to play at Comic-Con. Okay, here are the rules. So you get 1 point for every Fat Wonder Woman you spot, and an extra point if you get a picture, and another extra point if it's a man. I won. So when you get to Comic-Con, I quickly discovered that one does not simply go to Comic-Con. Because when you get there, they shuffle you into this big concrete room that apparently they expect you to wait in. But the thing is, it's like this. Everyone is just up next to this like Ganondorf just breathing on me. There's a whole bunch of people just singing the Pokemon theme song. Poorly, by the way. Poorly. Very, very off-key, I had to say. And next to me was Gollum. Now, I don't mean Andy Serkis. I don't even mean someone dressed as Gollum. I mean an actual Gollum. Welcome to Comic-Con. Hello, little fella. I didn't know whether to applaud or kick it in the groin. Who keeps talking, by the way? Like, my first convention ever, and some dude is just talking during it? Now someone else is joining in? What is going on?
You must be new here.
Yeah. So, and we finally get in. A whole bunch of my friends, all of my friends, who want to go wait 2 hours to go meet Tom Felton. Okay, ladies. And men too, but ladies. Just because his name is Felton does not mean you get to feel him. Oh my God, Tom Felton, I'm such a big fan. He's a terrible racist. So we go about through Comic-Con, and finally we come to a booth that I think is the best. I think is the best for me. So it's a booth for a company called Random House Audio, and they do the audiobooks for Star Wars. And at their little table, they also had a soundproof booth next to it where people can go inside and make their audio recordings. So I walk up to the guy working there and I say, "How much does it cost to do something like this?" He says, "It's free." I'm like, "Let's do this." So he gives me the script and I'm reading it over. I'm like, "This is going to be amazing." So I walk into the booth and it's just me, another woman who must hate her job. She's just stuck in the soundproof booth all day, just listening to people's horrible, horrible readings. Mine's not horrible, foreshadowing. And looking out over the crowd at Comic-Con, just all the magic and the wonder. And so she says, "Okay, why don't you do a little practice?" I say, "Okay." Leia walks onto the ship. She says, "Luke, when are we going to get out of here?" Luke responds. And she's like, "Okay, that's fine." So when I tap you on your shoulder, say your name, New York ComicCon, and go. So I'm waiting. Just waiting. Fat Wonder Woman. Point. And she taps me on my shoulder. I'm like, ready? She's like, okay. So I'm like, Ian Rubin, New York ComicCon. But then I go on. Leia walked onto the ship. Yo, hold on, baby, when are we gonna get out of here? I don't even know what's going on. Han replies, Leia! You just gotta calm down. And then Luke walks in. Hello, everybody! It's so good to be here on this ship! Yo, you gotta calm down. No, Leia, oh guys, what are you gonna do? I said, Han, I can't even describe what's going on here. Yo, we gotta get out of here. There's nothing going on. Leia, why are you being so stupid? I can't even understand what's going on here. I don't even know. I just... Leia. And Han never knew what the inside joke was. But guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
There we go. So, rock and roll. Thank you, Ian, and congratulations. My first show was like 3L from Death Note cosplayers, and that was it. Kotoricon! It is so great to be back. I thought I wasn't going to make it the beginning of the week. I got that thing that everyone was going around, that stomach flu that turns like all of your internal bodily fluids into the Jews in Egypt. It turns your body into the Pharaoh, and the virus just walks in as Moses and goes, "Let my people go." And the Pharaoh, the dick movie is, goes, "All right. All at once, you got it. 30 seconds to dehydration. Let's do this. You're gonna need 2 toilet bowls. You're going through both ends. You're gonna look like something on Faku.net. That's a pervert, he's a pervert, she's a pervert, that's a pervert, that's a pervert, she's a pervert, he's a pervert, he's a pervert. I found my friends! This is good. I was never very popular back in high school, believe it or not. I used to get butt dialed by telemarketers. And I'd be glad for it. No random Indian dude I can't understand, please tell me about the time church. Oh. He'll call back. When I was a little better in college, I had a lot of bisexual friends, which was fine for me because I was a bit desperate. Who knew? It was art school. It was going to work. I'm grateful that we survived the Mayan apocalypse. I will thank the doctor, each and every 11 of them. I don't know if we thank We spent a long time listening on the podcast. We are the Geek discuss. The whole summer was dedicated basically to the Doctor Who, the mini episodes, each Doctor, each villain, the whole TARDIS. We just did a review on the new Christmas special. I liked this previous season called Plot Hole of the Daleks, followed by Plot Holes on a Spaceship, followed by A Town Called Plot Hole, wrapped up with the amazing conclusion of The Power of Plot Hole and The Plot Holes Take Manhattan. I'll miss my ginger though. Who knows? I almost heard Moses speaking again. I'm sorry about that. I'm glad that we didn't have the apocalypse yet because there's, like living in New York, they always just try to shove food at you. It's impossible to lose any possible weight. They have a pumpkin pie bagel at Panera Bread. Have you seen this thing? This is a pumpkin pie filling bagel. Little cinnamon specks are sprinkled with it. What is a cinnamon speck? Cinnamon specks are sprinkled within it, topped with brown sugar, powdered sugar. When are you a seasonal bagel and when are you a donut in denial? Probably when, like, the butter is redundant. I don't know. This is gonna be rough. Therapist said I need to stop labeling people. This coming from the jackass who's been calling me manic depressive since the early 90s. Ooh. I'm running through Bioshock now, so I'm expecting shotgun, shotgun, shotgun! I've got bees in my left arm and a shotgun in the right. Bring it on. Try me now, Andrew, right? Try me now. See, now I can't even see my notes, dude. You're right there. That's brilliant. We just got a new puppy, damn it. I'm excited for this. Free dog, I'm walking along the streets and I see the dog, I'm like, yes, free dog, you're coming home with me. The guy holding the leash disagreed. See how far he gets without his precious seeing eye dog. I never said I didn't pay for the dog. You don't walk up to some old homeless dude bleeding out on the side of the highway and just take his dog. Check it for rabies first. I'm a bit surprised that we got a dog in it because my girlfriend and I, we are cat people. I've discussed this before on the show, on the albums. We're cat people, and the main reason I find it's not the home security system, it's not the need, it's not the love, it's not the shedding, I have never stepped in a cat turd on a sidewalk in my entire life. My entire life I've never gone, cat turd, oh cat turd, damn you Siamese! It's always like a cockapoo or a cockadoodle or a mini cockaschnitzel puggledoodle. When did dogs just become a challenge to make the most idiotic dick reference name for your dog? It's a dick name, it's a dick move. Just to make little Mormon mom goes, hee, sounds like a wiki. And the dogs get smaller and smaller. Like I have these women walking around, they're more fashion accessories. You get the toe ring terrier, you get the little dog that can fit into a tube of chapstick. You look at the chihuahua, there is something wrong with your rat. You paid for it. Punt! 20 yards, that's a good dog. Get that back, get into a cage match with a Beanie Baby like it was bred for. Idiot dogs. Now, we wanted to get fish. I wanted to get the beta fish. You guys have seen these, right? Beautiful blue and red iridescent. They have these magnificent fan tails. But you can't buy two. You can only buy one beta fish, because if you put two in a bowl together, they will see each other and go, so, you gotta die. Not before you maka! They will kill each other. They will fight until one of them is dead, and that's inhumane. It's horrible. I don't want to watch two of them murder. I want to get like 30 of them together in one fight. Bowl of popcorn, that's Highlander, the tournament, baby. The winner fights the cat. Oh, this is great. So, New Year's resolution was to stop judging the front row. There's always next year. But to be honest, I've grown up with all the nicknames that can be thrown at me. My sister always gave different names. I've had them all, had the gay, the fag, the whatever thrown at me. The only label that I've ever really wanted was the geek thing. If I'm gonna be a geek, embrace the damn label. Love what you're gonna love, exactly why you're gonna love it, because the geek have inherited the earth. We own this crap now. I don't know if you've heard of this thing called the internet. We own that. It is our meetup, it is our nation without political boundaries. We own the whole thing. And yet to understand, people still don't get on. They haven't caught on to it. They haven't understood. I'm still amazed. There are people who don't understand the difference between a board game and a tabletop RPG. Because I love my games. I love my World of Darkness. I love my Dungeons and Dragons. I love all those games because I'll be honest, a good game master, a good storyteller, a good dungeon master gives their players challenges and rewards. A great dungeon master gives their players Stockholm Syndrome. You're trying to make a pizza, you're trying to call a pizza delivery for 3 in the morning. He's kept us in his basement for 4 hours straight. He's trying to kill us. I really want that sword. Kill the wizard to get it? Say hello to the cat. Because you are going down. I mean, because the Harry Potter world had muggles. Anime fans, parents. And no matter what you do, no matter you paint the line, show where you are, there's always going to be someone that gets offended. It happens. I've had people come up to me after shows, I'm offended by that thing you said. Good! I'm constipated. What are you gonna do about that? Write your congresswoman, complain to the concert, let my people go? No, maybe I should just grow up and learn to deal with my own crap on my own instead of spraying it everywhere on other people. Mom, deal with that. But I always have to translate. We were doing a show up in Rochester, and I had a grandmother say at the breakfast buffet at the hotel, "Oh, I know, nerds. I watched The Big Bang Theory." I'm sorry, you understand nerds because you watched The Big Bang Theory. Then maybe I know how to build a house because I used to watch Home Improvement. I know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh because I watched the Abridged series on YouTube. I know how to eat people because I watch Shark Week. Still, no matter what you're going to do, no matter what you're going to say, there are people who will take offense. And there are a lot of, especially social groups out there, special groups, that are always like the easy targets. So I think we should just take the time to initiate them, thank them, say hi, and just welcome them. Groups that deserve the apology, you know what I'm saying? So let's welcome the conservatives and the liberals and the Calvinists and the creationists, Christian scientists, actual scientists, Wiccans, Buddhists, Mormons, Muslims, Puritans, Baptists, Catholics, grammar Nazis, rule Nazis, kosher Nazis, feminazis, Jews for Jesus, and all the other virgins and conspiracy theorists. Let's also say hello and I'm sorry to the misogynists, the rapists, the cockblockers, the pedophiles, the scumbags, the dirtbags, the douchebags, the baghags, the lawyers, the hookers, the pimps, the victims of incest, and the products of incest who legitimately read the Twilight novels. Because if you're going to tell me that Twilight is the castration of American literature, 50 Shades of Grey is the damn lobotomy. Should we apologize to the agnostics? I'm not too sure. Atheists? I don't believe so. Paraplegics, if you've ever been dismembered. Alzheimer patients, if you even remember. So instead, I apologize to the obsessive compulsives, and the germaphobes, and the homophobes, and the narcoleptics, obsessive compulsives, the kleptomaniacs, obsessive compulsives, the anorexics, people with Asperger's, pathological liars, although we already said lawyers, didn't we? Okay. Sociopaths, psychopaths, Scorpios, the clinically paranoid, because I am talking about you behind your back. Scorpios. And obsessive compulsives. And to all my fan bases too, we apologize to the Trekkies, the Whovians, the Bronies, the Pegasisters, the Otaku, the Narutards, the Avatars, the Weeaboos, the Deadheads, the Mechheads, the Cheeseheads, the Metalheads, the Potterheads, the Potheads, the Crackheads, the Believers, the Browncoats, the Sherlockians, the Jedis, the Starfleets, the Cosplayers, the Homestucks, the LARPers, the Gamers, the Rage Quitters, the Furries, the Cub Scouts, the Girl Scouts, the Rednecks, the White Trash, and all the other Hiddlestoners and Cumberbitches. We apologize too to the Republicans, the Democrats, the Libertarians, the Communists, the Socialists, the Satanists, the Freemasons, the Muppets, the Mimes, the Clowns, the Hippies, the Hipsters, the Yuppies, the overprivileged children of overexposed celebrities, the Mac users, the PC users, the PCP users, heroin addicts, crack whores, grad students, and the French, reluctantly. The Irish, the British, the Flemish, the Scottish, the Amish, in case they discover the internet. The Canadians, Dominicans, Asians, non-Asians, Puerto Ricans, dinosaurs, dwarves, elves, orcs, wizards, bisexuals, asexuals, heterosexuals, homosexuals, and pansexuals from transsexual Transylvania. The optimists, the pessimists, the Autobots, the Decepticons, the Maximals, the Predacons, and obsessive compulsives. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're not cool enough to take a stupid joke. This is going great. This is the best first impression I have ever made. I don't think anyone ever makes a good first impression. Not at birth. You don't remember? Let me fill you in. There is your mother in a hospital room, not wearing any underwear, by the way, completely see-through, oh my goodness. The biggest day since her wedding, in a room filled with monitoring equipment, cameras, her family members, and medical professionals. And then you. the little diva that you are, burst into the room screaming, naked, and smothered in blood! Not even your blood! You borrow it! And you didn't even think to give it back! That, by the way, is the only birthday you can ever get away with doing that. Breaking into a room, naked, screaming, and smothered in blood. You do that for your 21st birthday, you spend your 22nd birthday alone. I don't care what Chuck E. Cheese you hosted at. They don't let that happen, I checked. Keep my options open. But you got away with it. I got away with it. We all get away with it because we're the baby. Everybody wants a baby. Nobody has ever wanted a teenager. Nobody has ever said, I love that boy, and when I grow up, I will have his teenager. We are pissants, I'm gonna be honest. If our dogs treated their owners the way teenagers treat their parents, dogs would be extinct. It wouldn't even question it. They would just be out. But you got away with it. You were the little baby. You had to get away with it. So I say, thank your parents every chance you get for not taking you out when they had the chance. Make sure you celebrate their birthday, their anniversary, their Valentine's Day, your birthday, because they were there for it! Your mom has clear physical reminders of it! Did you ever think to return the pint of blood? I'll pay you back. I'll just take it out of your rent, honey. But you remember that? They didn't even pay you for rent back when you just sat there in a pile of your own poop. And you just put stuff in your mouth. It was there. Why not? I don't even know what I'm tasting. Let me just try this. Oh, look. What's this thing at the end of my leg? Oh, wow, this tastes bad. And my foot hurts. Let me try to get the other one in here. Good practice for when I'm a teenager. And speaking of teenagers, I've seen pretty much everything the internet has to offer porn-wise. That is the worst transition I have ever done in my life. Oh, God. Ian, I'm not using that joke anymore. I'm getting rid of it, too. But even if I'm bored with sex on the internet, I still have the desire to cram a bunch of stuff into places it won't normally fit. An example, we're in a new apartment. We need storage. My guy friends introduced me to furniture porn, what's nicknamed IKEA porn. It's nothing sexual or slutty. It's just really inventive things that we want to do in the bedroom with bookshelves. So my guy friends get me into this, and I have to be honest, I clung right to it. I like all these ideas. I like putting storage under shelves and storage under stuff. It comes from a childhood spent playing Tetris and watching Japanese tentacle hentai. They teach you the same thing back in fifth air. If we're creative. Lift your legs. This is happening whether you scream no or not. Like if you have a bookshelf, you've seen the giant IKEA bookshelf? Well, if you put it on its side and you put the TV on top, you have a cubby for every one of your game consoles. Whoa! Honey! I like you. But I like the way it makes me feel. I like the liberating feel of it. I like getting all my crap together. That's the point of living in a New York apartment. You have this much space, 9 feet of storage, which is great. If I were Spider-Man, or like a gecko. My favorite is the woman who hosts these little IKEA videos, this beautiful, tall, blonde Swedish woman, and I don't even care if she's like bending over a hamper. That doesn't work for me. But if that hamper folds up into the wall and doubles over as a spice rack, I'm, oh! Let me put stuff in your mouth! The best part about this is girlfriends are into this! Regular porn, they're all, ew, you like that? You want to do that? You want me to do that? I thought you respected me. Furniture porn is, oh honey, we're doing that in the bedroom. Light candles. We're going to move that into the kitchen. We're going to do that in the living room. Leave the blinds open. Let the neighbors get jealous. We're going to put the GameCube next to the Dreamcast. To clean up the apartment, I didn't want to do it. So we got a mechanical butler. I don't know if you've ever seen a real Roomba in action. I love this little thing. is the closest I will ever give away to surrendering to the robots. Because growing up in the 90s, it taught me, if you resist the robots, you will get the Matrix, you will get the Terminator. If you surrender to the robots, you get Google. So we bring the little Roomba in. It's a little white disc. When it senses dirt and dust, the little light on top, bing, glows green, and it starts searching around. If there's cat dander or cat hair, it will sweep that right up. God forbid it ever catches the cat. Or say, I pin the cat to the floor with my hands and knees screaming, "This is what happens when you wake Daddy up at 4 in the morning! This is what you deserve!" Another reason that we're looking to get fish. But I love the little Roomba. I just wish I were getting more bang for my buck. I'm glad that it sweeps up everywhere, but I really think it can double over as a home security system. Here's what you do. Duct tape knives. Every great idea has begun with those words. Take some duct tape and some knives, put it around the outside of the Roomba, and if an intruder comes in through the window, which will be very ironic because we're on the damn 12th floor. What does the light mean?
5 minutes.
Love you too. Long story short, what it means is that the robot will begin freaking out and following me. So if I'm sitting at the TV and I'm just throwing chips, some of them get close to my mouth. It's basically dry humping my leg because it knows I'm giving it business. Duct tape knives around the bastard, so if somebody breaks into the apartment, it comes over, slices the Achilles wrist, mops up the blood because it has a mop feature on it. I don't know why it has a mop feature and not a knife feature. Dump the body, bury it in the backyard, supple it up, plant some geraniums, boom, mop up the blood, wipe it up, clean it up. Efficiency. Thank you, Japan. But I love the best part about the Roomba is, the Roomba doesn't know this, but I know this. There's a dust sensor on top of the Roomba. It can't reach its top, but it knows there's something on top. So if you take a dust bunny and just to punish it, put it on top, the Roomba will freak out. It will make a high-pitched weeing, whirring noise. It's so angry, like if you change the channel on Abed from Community, it doesn't know what to do. It starts turning from green to red, and it just starts getting angrier. Why can't I hate you? Exterminate! 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 Gonna wrap things up with this one. Look as hard as you can coming up in February. The new album, Ecto Kid Lorian, is being recorded next week. I'm super stoked for that bad boy. We're going to get an iTunes release on February. Hopefully keep your fingers crossed for ComicCon weekend for those announcements. We're doing everything we can to push that, push the website. We're going to finish up with one of my favorite anime of all time because I am at an anime con, and I've mentioned tentacle hentai enough. There's a show coming back in 2013 for its 20-year anniversary that I'm so stoked about. It begins with an S and it ends with Sailor Moon. It rhymes with Taylor Moon. Sounds like Sailor Moon. What I loved most about watching Sailor Moon, I'm a 13-year-old boy, and I am watching a 15-year-old schoolgirl become her own person, actually kick as much ass as any man on television. I love that, empowering women, but it also taught you a little bit about Japanese culture. Like, remember the first time you saw the sweat drop? You didn't really have a word for it or a concept for it. You're trying to explain it to your parents, and it eventually comes down to, Japan has this emotion that we in America do not. It's called shame. And the way it works is when you say something abominably stupid, rather than getting your own YouTube series, you shut the hell up. Yeah, the Hobbit just looked like a ripoff of Lord of the Rings. You, sir, are fighting the cat. But the joy of Sailor Moon was that it wasn't just Sailor Moon, it's a whole team show. Sailor Moon, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Neptune, well, not so much Sailor Pluto anymore, but the whole team gets involved in that. Sailor Gallifrey, Sailor Hulk, Sailor Death Star, Sailor Vulcan, Sailor Krypton. My friends grew up terrified of Darth Vader, terrified of the Death Star when we were 5 years old. But little 5-year-old me, I knew the Death Star wasn't real because I knew there was no Sailor Scout representing it. That show taught me science. Fire, useless. Sparkly, frisbee head works. It really confused me. Season 2 when, like, the little Chibi Moon shows up, like her young pink daughter from the future. Here I am, 5th grade science class, raising my hand. do we have a smaller pink moon? Does Earth have like, that we don't talk about, but like it's a little known? Check again, Mrs. Donarovich. I have a very reliable source. A cartoon from Japan that says you're full of Jews. Let your people go. Thank you so much, guys. Stick around for a while. Thank you so much. Folks, live, laugh, and come. Stick around for the concerts. They're coming up in just a few minutes. They're going to get ready. They're going to be stoked. We're going to see you guys later up here for the masquerade. Enjoy the rest of the night. Kotoricon, this is your night. Live, laugh, and love.